Welcome back. President Trump and Joe Biden both set to campaign through the Midwest this week as each tries to claim key battleground states. But who is ultimately going to sway Middle America? USA Strong Executive Director Aaron Elmore, Esquire, and Democratic political analyst Kelly Hyman join me live. Ladies, thanks so much for being here. As we show the candidates' campaign schedule on the screen, it's a lot. There's a lot of events happening. Kelly, you say Biden has the edge. Why?
Biden has the edge because the American people want change. We have to think about it. Are we better off today than we were 4 years ago? And the answer is no. People are struggling personally, professionally, financially. And this is on Trump's watch. And so we have to remember that. So Biden definitely has the lead. And I believe that he is going to win in 2020.
Aaron, how do you respond?
The American people want law and order and are still better off than they were 4 years ago in spite of the coronavirus. The American people are watching the rioting and looting, and they are terrified. That's why gun sales are through the roof right now. And the Republicans know that Joe Biden is not the candidate for law and order. He wants to defund the police and have open borders, and that's really not going to fly with Middle America.
Okay, but Aaron, I want to follow up on that for a moment because I'm going to give you the argument, the win on the argument. According to that Gallup poll, Americans say they are better off now than they were 4 years ago. But take a look at the current polling when it comes to who is voting for who on Election Day. And you see right there, Michigan, a big state, Biden up by 6. Trump is currently winning in Ohio, but margin of error isn't that great there, and he's only up 2. And then we go to Iowa. Iowa is consistently a Republican state, and they're tied. So why, based upon what you see on your screen right now, do you say Trump has the edge?
Well, if you look at 2016, we all know what happened there. Not one poll said that President Trump was going to win. And who's our president right now? Donald J. Trump. Polling is notoriously in favor of Democrats, and these numbers actually bode well for Republicans given that information.
Okay, Kelly, respond to that. You've seen the numbers and you've heard the argument that does have some validity. I mean, look, Hillary Clinton was up on so many polls and look what happened. How do you respond to that argument for this year and this election?
Well, with any poll, there's always a margin of error. You know, I've seen other polls where the only place that Biden is behind is in Georgia, and that majority of voters support a Biden. But ultimately, it's going to be up to the American people. People are voting right now. And to go to Aaron's point, Biden does not believe in defunding the police. That is a false narrative, and that is just not true.
Okay, I have to leave it there. We'll get responses on defunding the police at a later debate. Kelly and Aaron, as always, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Time now, 40 minutes after the hour. Coming up next, Rudy Giuliani joins us live with what we can expect on day one of Amy Coney Barrett's Supreme Court confirmation hearing. But first, before Rudy, it's Steve. Steve, what's coming up on Fox and Friends?
Good morning to you, Todd.
Good morning to you as well.
Columbus Day. 19 minutes exactly before the top of the hour when we kick things off, and it's going to be a big day on Capitol Hill with the confirmation hearing for Judge Amy Coney Barrett. Kicks off at 9 a.m. sharp. You'll see it right here on the Fox News Channel. This morning on our program, you'll hear from Senate Judiciary Committee Chair Lindsey Graham, the man who oversaw the Gorsuch and Kavanaugh hearings, Senator Chuck Grassley, and White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany, because the president is kicking off a sprint to the finish today. He's going to Florida. Plus, we're just over 3 weeks away from Election Day. How are the candidates' messages resonating with you, the voters? We're going to talk to Republican Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel. Pennsylvania congressional candidate Sean Parnell sounds off on Biden flip-flopping on fracking. You've heard that. Also on deck, former Wisconsin Congressman Sean Duffy, Dan Bongino, and Dr. Mark Siegel. So we have a busy 3 hours. Kicks off just about 18 and a half minutes from right now, right here on the channel you trust for your morning news. Todd will return with more in just a couple of minutes.